name is Gertrude Crabtree, and I am the United States history teacher here at Columbia High School.
Hi, my name is Geraldine Porter. I'm 16 years old.
Hi, my name is Michael Smith. I'm 16 years old.
Hi, my name is Elizabeth Kimmel. I am 15 years old.
I like to play soccer, hang out with my friends, go to the mall.
And I'm in art club and drawing club and painting club, and I'm in creative arts club and advanced arts club and make small things out of construction paper club.
I guess the rest of the class thinks I'm unfocused. It's kind of true.
Mr. Jones.
Yes. I'm not the most enthusiastic person.
Stop texting. So guess what we're going to learn about today? We are going to learn about James K. Polk.
Do is sit there and get talked at. It's really boring. Why do I have to know about this?
Because he was the 11th president of the United States of America.
Whatever. I sit there and think, why do I need to know this? Why is it important? I mean, I'm the kind of person where if I can't connect with it, if I don't know it's important or see how it fits into my life, I don't retain it. Then she gives all those quizzes every week that are just like multiple choice and short answer, and I just can't remember anything, and I do horribly.
I feel like Ms. Crabtree has no idea who she's teaching. I mean, there's so many different kinds of students in her class, and she caters to one type of us. I mean, she just stands up there and lectures all the time, and then she gives us these tests, and she expects us to pass them. That's not possible, at least not for me. I mean, I can't just sit there and listen to her. She's boring. I am a creative learner. I have to learn through hands-on approaches. I need to be able to engage my mind and my eyes and my hands at the same time. That's how I pass the class.
Alright, so at the end of class, I just want to remind you guys that you have to read pages 52 to 190. We're going to have a quiz on it tomorrow at the end of class. So, everybody, study up. See you tomorrow, class. Okay, class. Today we have a special guest. His name is Mr. Jones, and he's here to talk about John Dewey and learning.
Hello, class. Now, John Dewey was an American philosopher, psychologist, and educational reformer. He lived from about 1859 to 1952. John Dewey had a lot of revolutionary ideas for education. He really saw the teacher as an artist in that they have to sculpt their students. They have to try to find their own desires. Yes?
Sculpt like an artist?
Yes, yes. Like clay or Play-Doh. I
also agreed with Mr. Jones when he talked about how teaching, you have to shape the student. You have to mold them. You have to kind of sculpt them into how you want your class ran. Right now, let me show you what Ms. Crabtree does. She takes her students and she just smashes them. I mean, she just molds them into one little thing that she wants them to be. Each of us are different. We have different shapes and different sizes. We're not just all little pieces of clay that you can just put together. Mrs. Crabtree, what she needs to do to sculpt her students better, she needs to create each of us. She needs to understand our individual personalities. She needs to understand that we each have our own minds. We each have our own set of hands that we need to create with and that we need to engage with. She needs to understand that we each have our own feet and we need to travel our own paths in our learning experiences. She can't just stand up in the front of the room and teach in one way for one model of student. She needs to understand that each student is different. I mean, I know that I'm different from other students in my class because sometimes I just can't pay attention when she just stands up there and talks to us. Maybe I'm a little bit more creative. Maybe I need to do things that are more hands-on and not just listening to her all the time. Mrs. Crabtree, she needs to understand that every student has different sizes and different shapes and different ideas and different approaches. And if she can sculpt each one of us differently, then maybe she'd have a classroom that's run at least half normal. That's my idea.
Now, just like fine artists and musicians, teachers need to have highly developed skills and abilities. They need to be insightful, sympathetic, and tactful. They really need to understand the student and connect with them. Teachers should adapt their teaching to fit how the students learn. And I think it's an ongoing thing. The teacher never really finishes learning herself. I'd really like to see Miss Crabtree become more like this. I mean, she's great at accommodating the preppy, studious people, like Geraldine. But I think she could do a better job understanding the jocks and the less bookish people, connecting more with them. I mean, I don't expect her to stand up there and entertain us every day. I know she's a teacher, and she has to do her job. But maybe she could use a little more creativity in her lessons, be a little more artistic.
Mr. Jones also talks about how Dewey thinks that teaching is like an art. I agree with this. I think Mrs. Crabtree, she paints with one color. Her canvas, it needs to be colorful, just like the students in her classroom. We all have different color of personality. I mean, she just sits there. She just lectures us. It's just so annoying. It's like a bank. She just puts the money in and she thinks she could take it out whenever she wants to. I just wish that she could discover different colors to paint with. Like a portrait. Each student is different. If Miss Crabtree could honor everyone's world, maybe even mine, maybe I could pass her class for once. I mean, better yet, maybe I could look forward to listening to her.
Also, Dewey really felt that education should prepare you for society. It's not just about getting into a good college or just achieving your own goals in life. You really need to start thinking of everyone else's need. How can you contribute? Another thing Mr. Jones was saying in his presentation was how Dewey really advocated democracy and promoting values that lead to an appreciation of democracy. Sure, that's a good idea. We live in a democratic country, so why not gain an understanding of our government and how it works? I think Miss Crabtree could incorporate that stuff into her class. We could follow the political campaigns around elections, or Miss Crabtree could just bring more political news into the class, like the war on terror, the economy. It'd be cool to see if what we're studying in class parallels with what's going on in the modern world. In John Dewey and the Art of Teaching,
Chapter 2, Teacher as an Artist, we have learned.
As we learned, teaching is not and cannot just be a lecture. The teacher needs to honor his or her student's world. The teacher needs to use his knowledge and skills and abilities to connect with the students. They also need to empathize with each student as an individual person, while simultaneously understanding their social context.
Aside from the title of our chapter, the teacher really does need to be an artist. A classroom is an open canvas in which a teacher must paint an accommodating and welcoming environment. Students of all learning styles, creative, analytical, practical, and social, should feel honored, as if the atmosphere of the classroom was crafted and created to their particular needs. If the teacher can be an artist, then they can sculpt and mold at any moment. We feel that this is imperative to a successful classroom.
The time spent in the classroom is not just an information session, it is preparation for life. Dewey believes that education is not only for personal gain, but for the benefit of society as a whole. Education should not be a ladder, K through 12, middle school, high school, college, and beyond, but more of a gradual incline from an ignorant child to an intellectual and socially capable adult. The purpose of a teacher should be to craft individuals who give back to the society through what they've learned.